In the dead of winter, 1959, 9 experienced hikers ventured deep into the desolate Ural Mountains of the Soviet Union, a journey from which they would never return. A final, haunting photograph captures them in a moment of camaraderie, smiling as they diligently set up their camp on the slopes of a mountain known ominously as the Mountain of the Dead. Within hours, they would all be gone, their lives extinguished in the most horrifying and inexplicable of circumstances. What could have possibly caused these seasoned mountaineers to frantically slash their tent open from the inside, abandoning their supplies and warm clothing to flee barefoot into the freezing, unforgiving darkness of the Siberian wilderness? The initial discovery only deepened the enigma. When a search party finally located the abandoned camp weeks later, they found a scene of eerie stillness. The tent was ripped apart, clearly from within, and all the group's belongings, their shoes, winter coats, food, and cameras were left behind as if in a desperate, panicked rush. Following a trail of footprints in the snow, the searchers made their first grim discoveries. 2 of the hikers were found beneath a large pine tree nearly a mile away from the camp. They were dressed only in their underwear, their hands raw and bloodied, suggesting a desperate attempt to climb the tree. The brutal -30 degrees Celsius temperatures alone would have been a death sentence. Yet this was only the beginning of the horrors that lay waiting. As the spring thaw slowly melted the heavy snow, the remaining bodies were uncovered, each revealing injuries that defied all logical explanation. 3 more hikers were found between the pine tree and the abandoned tent, seemingly succumbing to hypothermia as they tried to crawl back to the shelter they had so violently fled. The final 4, however, were discovered months later in a ravine, and their conditions were far more disturbing. 1 man had a severely fractured skull, and 2 others had suffered massive internal chest trauma, injuries comparable to the force of a high-speed car crash. Yet, bafflingly, their bodies showed no signs of external wounds, no bruises or soft tissue damage that would normally accompany such violent impacts. The most grotesque finding was the last. 1 of the female hikers was found missing her tongue, her eyes, and part of her facial tissue. The final report from the Soviet investigators was frustratingly vague, concluding that the hikers had died as a result of a compelling natural force that they were unable to overcome. This ambiguous explanation only fueled speculation, giving rise to a host of theories that persist to this day. Some argue for a rare type of avalanche, a slab avalanche that might have spooked the group without actually burying the tent. Others point to more sinister possibilities, such as a secret military weapons test gone awry, citing strange radioactive traces found on the victims, clothing, and eyewitness accounts from another hiking group that reported seeing strange, silent orange spheres in the sky on the night of the incident. With so many unanswered questions and bizarre, conflicting clues, the Dyatlov Pass Incident remains one of the most chilling, unsolved mysteries of our time. What do you believe happened on that mountain?